I like in time? I felt like I was off by
You were slightly delayed, but not like
not
noticeably.
crazy.
The
Yeah.
only time there was the big delay is when I threw it to you and you're just like staring at the camera.
Yeah. You're staring.
No, but you weren't like buffering. You were just like waiting, obviously, for us. And then you like realized like we were clearly throwing to you. You're like, oh, hello there. Welcome back, people, coast to coast. You millions of followers. Actually, it might be in the 10 millions now followers out there of the IBL, the Inter-County Baseball League, that is. We are the Bushmen of Christie Pitts, representing, of course, which side? The Toronto Maple Leafs. My name is G Hill. I'm in the building. I'm going to pass it over to a couple other Bushmen. My bro, E. Hill, he's the most celeb Bush out there. You might catch him. I don't know. This might be a leak or a spoiler, but on the Leafs Weekly with Thomas and Mackenzie. Is that true, A? And B, Elliot, are you here?
It is true, indeed. I am here.
We have a little bit of lag.
Man, the internet's looking a little shaky.
There might be some audio. It was a late throw, but an excellent recapture. He is here, folks. And I'll pass it over to Ramon, Papa Bush, aka the fashion king of the world. This guy right here, folks, is about to launch a line. I'll let Ray talk about it. The Canadian Dickies, Rosa Ragosa. Check it out. Maybe a Leaf sponsor in the year 2023. Who knows? Ramon Natali, are you in the house?
In the house, boys. Hello. Got my cozy, ready to go. Bush life. Let's go. Cheers. Yep. G, you are correct. Rosa Ragosa World. Drop a follow on Instagram. It's going to be hot.
Drop a follow. Get in there early because like this thing's blowing up. You'll see Ray just like working the needles, developing clothes. But yeah, boys, it's been a while. I think our last show was about July 7th. There's been a lot that's been going on in the league. The Leafs regular season is coming to a close. We got 3 games left. Right now it's August 17th. The last game Sunday, August 21st versus London. A lot of things to get into. I thought a first shout out I'd give. 2/3 of this podcast lost our grandpa. This is a senior Bushman, Big Ern. We see you up there. Ernie. This guy would be a true Bushman, Northern Irishman, tough as nails, and he loves yelling. So I don't know, Al, if you want to chime in, but Big Ern, we're thinking of you, big guy.
Yeah. I mean, he got the boys started off. I mean, he was one of the few people who could yell at someone and become their friend immediately afterwards. And I think that bleeds well into what the Bushmen are all about.
That's
you gotta let them know. Let people know how you feel, but have a beer afterwards.
But do it class. Exactly. Cheers. So yeah, boys. Exactly. Cheers to that. But yeah, cheers to that. But yeah, the regular season has definitely flown by. We're going to get into a lot of things, but I think first we might want to dive into a little movement that's going on in the Bush, and that is, of course, free tack.
We don't like it.
Seen it. Hashtag free tack. Yeah. Our boy Garrett Takamatsu, one of the legends, a former MVP of the IBL. He left. He's a great bat. He went to a higher up league, the Frontier League, and he was apparently supposed to come back to the Leafs. Everyone thought that was going to be the case. And the IBL did announce that he's not permitted to play for the rest of the season. So I don't know. I'm pretty fired up, very confused as to what happened. Boys, do you have any thoughts?
I'm just heartbroken, man. Heartbroken. That would have been, I just think everybody's scared. We could have come in hot. That was a big piece to the lineup. But you know what? We're not going to let it hold us down. The boys are going to battle through. We're going to use it, I think, as we talked about earlier, as a rallying cry.
Absolutely.
Fire, just a little bit of kindling in there. Just stoke it. Soon enough, we're going to have the bonfires blazing. It's going to be just insanity.
I love it. Yeah, it's definitely fuel for the fire. I hope the Leafs, we're down but never out, and this is just one more thing. We know the rest of the league's scared of us, like that's for sure. And obviously Garrett, great first name by the way, but we see you, we know you're dying to get in the lineup, but you know, man, like we're going to use you as fire, man. Free tack. It's a movement and we're hoping to take this right to the Dominical Cup. Al, did you have something to say there?
Yeah, I mean, it's so painful that we had Tack on our roster for all season, and you know things didn't work out as able to finish the season with the Capitals, and to not put that in our lineup breaks my heart. I'm hashtag free Tack all day,
Absolutely.
but boys got to use it. Got to use that fire.
Yeah, use it as a movement. I'm
It's the only
saying
way
that's
to, yeah.
That's for sure. That's for sure. All right, well, let's get into it, boys. So let's get into it, boys. So, like I said, it's been a while. We can't obviously recap every game that's happened because there's been a lot since July 7th, but I thought we maybe dive into the weekend that just happened. Call it the weekend at Bernie's. The Bushmen, these three fellas right here, ended up doing our road trip. The Leafs on this weekend, before we get into each game, folks, outscored opponents 34-11. The Leafs were smashing it. There was a questionable defeat in game 2, but game 1, Hamilton, boys, we went down the QEW. We saw the Leafs play the Cards. We showed up at 5:30. The game was at 7:30.
We didn't want to miss the tailgate, all right? We heard that there was some hot action in that parking lot.
Yeah, we definitely beat traffic. Yeah. I think one of the highlights before we get into the game is we show up there and we end up finding actually like right across from Bernie Arbor, almost like a bush-like setup. It was a little hill, a lot of sun. It was a hot day, but there's a little shaded area. So we decided to hang out there. After a couple beers, we realized like, shit, we got like another hour and 45 minutes. Like, let's go check out around these woods. So we walked down this shady ATV trail. And one of us, I think Elliot, was like, I wonder if we're going to run into someone murdering someone. And we're like, someone dumping a body. We keep walking. As we're walking, we're hearing this like weird grinding noise. And like, we're just being naive little children walking through the woods. I wonder what that is. We come around the corner and we see a gentleman with like a half dead battery grinder, literally just grinding a large stone. I don't know what he was doing, but
he was like trying to cut a chunk out of it.
That's not the guy that you stop and ask what he's doing with his grinder. You just keep moving and you let the mystery just live on. It kind of added to the whole.
Dude, we just gave him we just gave him the casual nod and he gave it back to us. But the amount that he jumped when we bumped into him, he was like, I don't know if he was surprised to see us or he's like, I shouldn't be here.
Surprised. Yeah, he looked like he was kind of dead set. Looked like he was dead set in his mission, whatever the hell that mission was. But the Leafs mission that day for sure was laying a hurt down on Hamilton. The Leafs win 13-2 at Bernie Arbor Stadium. Shout out Ben Braun, the former Hamilton Cardinal, for giving us tickets. He gave us a caveat that we couldn't chirp his brother Gabe Braun. We'll get to that in a moment. But the Leafs, what a game. Winning pitcher Sam Green. We had Deska starting off, 3 innings pitched, 6K. Greener only goes 1 innings pitched, gets the win.
I like that.
Cobra, we saw you in the parking lot. Shout out. Goes 4 innings pitched, 3K. Nagorski shuts it down. On Hamilton's end, Salcido had a tough one. 2 innings pitched, gives up 4 earned run, 3 walk. I think the guy was just shocked to see the Bushmen at this game, just chirping them early. Then we had Turcotte go 3 innings.
But he loved it because he ended up coaching first base for the rest of the game. He was chatting with us.
That's true.
The guy
He's
who
a
was
good
the first
guy.
base coach.
He is a good guy.
Yeah.
We see.
He was having a lot.
But then we had obviously Mike Bonacorso, aka No Strike Mike. We started chirping this guy, No Strike Mike, right off the hop. He just turned over and gave us the nod, and then proceeded to give up 3 runs in 1 inning. So, Mike, we see you, but we got after you. And then our boy Gabe Braun, man. Like, we went easy for your first couple pitches, but you had to start hearing it. He had the deep lunge. Ray got into it early. 1 inning pitch, gives up 4 runs. We see you. We love your family, but the Bushman had to let you have it. So I thought that was pretty sweet.
It's a rite of passage. It's really just a rite of passage.
It was the deep squat, man.
Come on, I say
but
it all
honestly,
the time.
it's like if we chirp you, it means we like you, right? So like
that's
it's
it. And you can't give us a piece of meat just out in the savannah like that, like a deep squat. Come on, we're a bunch of hyenas. We're waiting in the bushes. We see it, and we're coming after you.
I love it. Bunch of ravenous hyenas, man. But yeah, on the hitting side of it for the Leafs, you know, our boy, the flashiest guy, the Iceman, Connor Lewis, 4 hits that game. And I don't know if you guys remember, but he had an unbelievable catch in like the 7th or 8th inning. The Leafs are up by like 9 or 10 runs. This guy over the shoulder, Willie Mays Hayes, amazing catch. And yeah, like I said, you know, a couple 2 hitters, Tops had 2, Tamanni had 2, Lazo had 2, Nekti had 2. So I thought that was a great way to get back on the road, boys. What do you think?
I completely agree with everything you just said. Great time in Hamilton. Had a blast. Angus, what a beauty you are. Dawson Park's dad, you're great. And your dad's amazing. Had an awesome time hanging out with him. You know what I like about going on the road is we get up close. We get to change our vantage point. We get to get down into the action. We get to chat with the guys. And that's probably my favorite part about going on the road, getting the real inside stories, seeing the faces, seeing the pitches. You know, we do have a great vantage point through the cages and the tarp and the fence from the bush, but it's nice to go on the road and switch it up sometimes.
Definitely is. It definitely is. Yeah. Our normal vantage point's about 250 feet down left field over a cage. And whenever we're on the road, we're actually in decent seats. Ellie, you're saying something?
Yeah. Well, I mean, also shout out Mama Mara for the nice picture. Yeah. Shout out Mama Mara for the nice picture she took of us in front of the stadium.
Yeah, shout out Teresa Mara. We see you. Thanks for the speaker last year. We're bringing that back for the playoffs. We're definitely bringing the megaphone back. She got a great picture of us. And then like Elliot said, or like Ray said, shout out to the boys. You know, we were right beside the Leafs dugout there. Vinny's coming by, Vinicio, Danny Mara's chopping it up with Elliot. The boys all came by, gave us high fives after the win. We love it. And let's go on to game 2. So the next night, the Leafs, and me and Ray actually contemplated going out to this game. That is how dedicated and how little lives we have outside of that. It's a Friday and a Saturday night, and we're going out. But we didn't go. But the Leafs played Guelph, unfortunately taking a 4-3 loss. This was a nail-biter, boys. The Leafs were up. It was back and forth. The Leafs had the lead 3-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Unfortunately, our boy Grant Tamanni and ended up going down. I don't know. Do you guys have any news or notes? You were at the game on Sunday. I hope he's okay. But basically that led to the go-ahead run after the man who got unearthed, Dalton Pompey. The volcano ashes have not fallen on this man. He hit the game-tying solo home run. Boys, I know we were all tracking it from abroad, but what'd you think of that game?
I was just flabbergasted. For one thing, our boy, the Undertaker, gives up probably his first home run ever in the IBL. Couldn't even believe it. Totally shocked. Yeah. I know he was shocked. Something was going on. He was having an off night. It must have been like not a full moon or something. He wasn't in full werewolf mode. I could tell he was a little bit rattled. I could hear Angel in the dugout just chirping like crazy. They were getting fired up about him. And then 2 seconds later, Tamanni dislocates his shoulder, I believe. So it was just a crushing way to go out, and just such a pain in the butt, because do you guys know that Guelph is 18-2 at home? They only have two losses all season at home.
Wow. That is a stat.
Just thunderous. So I was hoping we were going to squeak one out. And man, Custodio is unreal.
Guy is dealing. That guy is dealing.
170 Ks, gentlemen, which is by far never going to be broken in the IVL for sure.
Unless D-Rich becomes a starter. But yeah, like you said, Ray, Castro, and you know what? Like the way that I look at this game is it's almost a tale of two games, right? It was a back and forth game. It was a playoff game, like 100%. The Leafs, it was a battle. He went 6 innings pitched.
Yeah.
He was being loud. He was chirping away. He only gave two earned run, 2 walk, 4 hits. Like that's a pretty good stat line. Like you said, Justin Richardson, our aces closer. A bit of a shaky start with Pompey with that solo home run. A couple ducks on the pond. He had guys on first and second, but then he settled back down and he shut it down. And obviously the weak grounder to Tamani would have ended the inning and it would have been tied. And unfortunately, like you said, Tamani got injured and was unable to make the play, and Guelph ends up sneaking home. So Guelph, we see you. That was a little sneaky. You just squeaked by us. 18-2 at home. Like we should have had that win. We'll see you in the playoffs.
We've had a couple really close games with Guelph at home, so we're right on the verge of beating them there. And you know what? It's going to take? It's going to take the Bushmen on the road to round 2 of the playoffs. Let's go.
I like it. I like it. Well, boys, I think we'll move it on to game 3 now. Now I missed this one, so I hope you can fill in the details. This sounded like a doozy. The Leafs on Sunday at home take Brantford 18-5. And can I get a choo? Was there a double home run, 2 home runs by Jonathan Salazzo in the same inning? Can I get this confirmed on this podcast?
This is a confirmed fact. Not only was it first shot, absolute laser beam, second shot, grand slam. And both times Salazzo hits an absolute bomb. Next, he comes up next and gets plunked. And then second time, Lazo hits absolute rocket shot, no doubter. Next, he comes up and gets plunked right after it. It was like,
wow,
literally like Bizarro World. It happened just mirror image of each other. So it was unreal.
Yeah,
6 RBIs.
I think Tops got hit 2 or 3 times as well.
Yeah, wow. It was rough. It was it was bad. We got after them.
Well, I don't know, hitting Nekti like back-to-back times. Like check the game notes, Brantford. That's probably not the guy you want to be throwing at, because Nekti, if anyone could throw hands on the Leafs, I would put my money on that guy. So that's
he was not happy about it. The umpire had to walk in between him and the pitcher all the way to first base both times. He knew.
That's a gentleman you don't want to. You're barking up the wrong tree. That's all I'll say. But yeah, quick pitching line for the Leafs. Sloan, strong performance. 5 innings pitch. He did give up 3 earned runs. Then we had our boy Greener. Does this guy take a day off? I swear to God, every game I see Green in the mix. 1 inning pitch. Our boy Adam Mara gets in there, and then Hernandez. So a pretty tight performance by the boys. And then when I looked over on the Brantford side, this is what I really wanted to inquire with you guys. So we had the first pitcher, Salvador, goes 4 innings pitch, gives up 8 runs, 6 earned, and had 7 walks. Like, what was happening at the Bush? What type of chirps? This guy seems like he melted, man.
We were trying, you know what? We were actually trying to be a little bit refrained because we were playing the Sox, and
right.
They're not.
We still respect you, Sox, but
we respect you guys, but we didn't really want to unload the full wrath of the Bush, so we were trying to give the guy a little bit of time to breathe a bit. But
right.
He just, I don't know. It was a hot Sunday. The dust was blowing around. He was not happy with the mound. We kept yelling at him. It's City of Toronto property. You better pipe down. He wasn't liking it. He wasn't liking it.
Well, what's funny is because I can see the ebbs and flows by just looking at the pitchers. So it sounds like, you're going easy on Salvador. He's a little bit melting. The next guy comes up, Louis, 1.1 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. But I think around this time, the Bushmen likely had a few beers, because their next pitcher, Hood Tillman, lasted 1 1/3 innings and gave up 8 runs, man. What happened, man?
Okay. Tin Man got it the worst. All right. The Wizard of Oz chirps were nonstop.
Oh my God.
Nonstop.
Oh my God, the Tin Man. I love it. I
It
love it.
happened. And it was just an organic thing that was just happening. There was another ebb and flow, just like you were talking about. You never know where the chirps are gonna lead, but
Right.
we lock in on it. We zone in, and next thing you know, the boys get 8 runs in an inning. And that was the bat around inning that I believe Lazo had both of his home runs.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. So yeah, we did lose E Hill, technical difficulties, but yeah, quick notes. Like you said, Lazo, he was the only 2 home runs in the game. We put up 18 runs. There's only 2 home runs, and they were both hit by Jonathan Salazo. Shout out Danny Mara. You know, he came back from an eye injury. He's just been mainly doing designated hitting right now because, you know, obviously there's the risk of getting re-injured, but he's in there. Like, he's trying to steal bases. He got 4 hits in that game.
I loved it.
And then, like you said, Ray, our boy Angus Parks, father of Dawson Parks, Dawson ends up getting a double in the game with 2 RBIs. Angus, you can come back up to the hillside anytime.
You know what? We're good luck.
I think you already know that. But the other thing, too, I want to notice, lots of steals in the game. The Leafs had 7 stolen bases. Our boy Jose Benicio with 2. The professor always teaching people. He gets 2 steals. You know, I think it was obviously courtesy of Papa Tops. You know, we've heard that he's in the hospital right now. Damon, the coach Damon, obviously we're sending our love to Papa Tops. But we do love that Papa Tops was sending the boys. Even when you're up big, he's still firing.
Oh, I loved it.
Around. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So
I'm
that
back, boys.
Yes, he's back. I love it. Free tack. So ahead, boys. So we just wrapped up the games, the 3 games, Al. So ahead, boys. There's 3 games left. There's 3 games left in the regular season. The Leafs have secured their playoff spot. But here we go. So Thursday, August 18th, the Leafs are going into Kitchener to play the Panthers. Then they follow it up Friday, go into Brantford. And then the final game, Sunday, August 21st, at home, playing the London Majors. The recap of the start of the season and the recap of the finals from last year.
Boys,
everyone needs to come out this Sunday. Get loud. Let's get after it.
It's going to be a big weekend in the IBL. Do you guys know that the pennant race is going to come down to this weekend?
Wow.
Welland, London, and Guelph are all like within a half game of each other, and it's going to come down to Sunday. So we could have a big say in whether or not London finishes first or third.
Do we? Are we really going to let London just snag that top seed if we have anything to say?
Get out of here. I also saw because I think, like, you know, Big Cleveland Brownlee, we're a huge fan of you. This guy's a legend. I think, you know, like, he got off the hot start with the home runs, and, you know, he's seeing everyone kind of catch up. He hit an absolute missile in London the other night. Like, the caption was, "This landed on Highway 7." And I swear to God, I couldn't see it based on the feed, but you just see Big Cleve just lets go of the bat. Slowly, probably doesn't Conor McGregor, just walks down the base. So we see you, Big Cleve. We can do anything to put you guys down. We love it. So, boys, then the playoffs start, right? So it looks like we're playing Barrie. Right, we're 4-5.
Are we locked down in 4?
Yeah, we're locked in at 4.
We're locked in at home.
Our magic number was 2, and then they lost and we won. So
right, so we're locked in. We're locked in against the Barrie Baycats. Obviously, they haven't released the schedule yet. Rumor has it, you know, the first game will be Wednesday, August 24th at the Pits. People, we need you there. We need you loud. All the players, everyone has mentioned, it gets loud in the Pits in the playoffs, and we need to absolutely bring that. So
it's not just loud, it's overwhelming noise. Like, come on. Last year in the playoffs was savage.
Let's go.
People were just shook up in that piece. Let's go.
And then you know where the boys will be for game 1.
What?
Actually, game 2.
So game 2 is likely going to be Thursday, the next day, August 25th. And a little birdie, actually not a little birdie, a pretty big birdie, who's a member, and actually not a member, he's the president of the Barrie Bay Cats, reached out to the Bushmen. We see you, Josh Matlow, and we love the support. And this is what the IBL is all about. He has offered to get the Bushmen tickets. And I don't know, this is probably a bad idea, but he's offered to get the Bushmen tickets. So we will have a Bush contingent coming up the 400, exiting on Essa. Maybe it's Mapleview. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We're going to be up there. I, unfortunately, boys, am going to be not crushed. In town, but I will be tracking it from afar. Both of you better be there, and, and a few other Bushmen. So I just want to give a quick shout out to Josh. You know, tons of respect, man. This is what the IBL is all about. You know, it's all love from the Bushmen here. We try to keep it classy, but you know, we respect the fact that you reached out.
Yeah, well, Josh, we know a guy too that can get you some tickets to the Leafs game too. And next time you're in Toronto, so just give us a call anytime.
Yeah, Josh, if you want tickets to game one, you know, whichever game, we'll get you seats. No worries. Like we got it taken care of. We're the Bushmen. We got it all handled.
But you got to bring your own beers. That's the deal.
Yeah, exactly. You got to bring us beers.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what the IBL is all about. I don't know. I have a couple other notes here. I want to give a quick shout out to our boy Castaldo. Now that's Castaldo with an A. I know I misspelled that on Instagram, but he gave a great little shout out to the Bushmen, just with respect to, you know, how we're obviously a passionate fan base, but you know, a key component is, you know, we don't swear, we keep it classy. It's all about having good fun, and we're obviously going to be after the other team, but you know, it's just about having a good time. So a big shout out to Castaldo and Thomas West and Ryan Eakin for having him on the play-by-play, and for him giving a shout out. And then also a little birdie told me that Ryan Eakin and Thomas West want to have the Bushmen in Castaldo's seat doing a little in-between play-by-play this Sunday against London. We'll make sure it's before, like, let's say the fourth inning or so. We might have had a few beverages by that time. You can guarantee we won't swear on the camera, but, you know, big shout out to those guys. And then, yeah, I know. What else, boys? Like, I think another thing I want to note is, you know, it's been a while. We had a great Bushman year-end gala at Old Town Bodega. We see you, Matt. Thanks for letting us host. And we want to do it again this year. So, you know, break out your tuxedos or don't. Like, we actually don't encourage that, but we're going to host it somewhere. And we encourage all the Leafs, significant others, and then obviously, like Ray, like you said, like we're going to extend this league wide, man. Like we want all the fans, even other opposing players. Like,
we're looking at you, Farrington. Get down to Toronto, come party with the boys. Let's go.
Keith Candell, you've missed 2 keggers in the bush that you've been invited.
Byron, we see you. Cleve will always ghost us, but Cleve, you're invited too.
He's too big timer for us.
We've been getting at you. We'll invite you. Benny Braun will obviously invite you.
We want all the boys out
all
there.
The boys come
down.
Oh,
Hildebrand, which also I hope he's okay, man. I heard he took a shot. Baseball.
Right, Hildy, well,
but Hildy, if you're feeling up to it, man, you know we'd love to have you there.
We love to have everyone down. So yeah, I think that's a pretty solid recap, boys. Oh, one more thing. I did notice when on the game on Sunday. So there's an infamous fan / could have been a professional player in Christie Pitts that everyone in Toronto knows about. This guy named Bobby Armstrong.
Bobby Ball right there.
Bobby Armstrong, one of the loudest guys in the pits. Apparently, he had a trivia on Sunday, and one of the Bushmen won his shirt.
Bagel Man won the shirt. First ever Bobby A trivia minute.
Yeah.
Just nails it down, just rips it right off the back, hands it to Jesse. He was a bit hesitant to take it at first.
Was it trivia about Bobby A's career?
No, it was about Rob Butler.
Obviously, Rob Butler's trivia.
What was Rob Butler's career batting average? I think it was like 241.
Wow.
Like, it was like a decent number, man.
Bobby A and the Butlers, man. They're always at it, and we love it. So,
but dude, you know what's the most amazing thing? And this is like a patented Bobby A, is he had multiple shirts on.
Like
stripped
34
one off
with
and
the
there's
human
another
X.
in there, man. He's like, oh, Bobby. He's holding it
I
down.
love it. Well, that was awesome, boys. You know, it's great to be back. The end of the season's right in front of us, guys, and then the playoffs is coming. We're gonna use this as our slogan to get through the playoffs, win the Dominico Cup. Everyone out there, be sure to get down to the pits. The boys love the energy. We love the support. Give us a follow at the Bushman One. I think we're sitting at 499 followers.
We're breaking.
So
it
whoever
down.
has a burner account, fire us a follow at the Bushman with the number 1, so we can hit that 500. We looking to get certified out here. Let's go,
I love
boys.
it. I love it.
Leafs,
Let's go, boys. Go Leafs.
Go Leafs, go.
Playoffs.
Woo!